What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another beautiful day in the autumn season in Forza Horizon 4 in series 39. So today we're going to be knocking out the rest of the weekly festival playlist for the autumn season. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we need. So we still need the photo challenge, which is kind of why we're in the car that we're in, being the Ferrari 599XX Evo. And we're actually at the Uffington White Horse, so we're going to take care of that first. The weekly Forzathon challenge, it's going to be a lengthy one, just because you have to win 3 road races, drive 26.2 miles, and then win 3 dirt races after that. So we'll go do some skipping around on that. And then we have the 3 seasonal PR stunts that we'll probably take care of second. So we'll probably end out with the weekly Forzathon challenge, but take care of these after we take our photo. So let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to get the photo taken care of. We're at the Uffington White Horse. It's right here on the map. It is a beauty spot if you are looking for it. So it's the easiest way to find it is just look. I mean, you can filter into just the beauty spots if you want to do that, and then it'll be right here. So we need to take a picture of that and our car, and that'll take care of the Horses for Courses photo challenge. Get us a super wheel spin and 1,000 influence. But now let's go ahead and take a look at our seasonal PR stunts. Alright, so I guess we'll just kind of work them left to right on the map. Well, maybe we'll do this top one first. So this one up here, we need to jump 561 feet. Looks like we did that in a Porsche 959. We're going to try it out in our Ferrari. So we need 561. Alright, here we go. Usually we don't have any issues doing these seasonal PR stunts in our Ferrari, so we'll see if we can do it. This wasn't a very much of a run-up, and just absolutely crushed that. We got a new personal best. If you don't have this car, I would definitely recommend getting it. You can get it in the Backstage Pass, which you can get a Backstage Pass this week, so that was easy enough. We didn't even need a run-up. Hardly at all there, so we'll go ahead and jump down here to the Toft speed zone. We need 135 miles an hour, so let's see. Let's start it over here, and then we'll make sure that we're pointing the right way, and we are not. So we'll get turned around. If you are curious to the tune that I'm using on this, the share code will be up on the screen. I'll also put it down in the description below. It's not necessarily the fastest tune, because there is like a speed tune that you can get up to 300 miles an hour or over 300 miles an hour or something like that. This one's made more for, handling. It's specific for like a fast Goliath run, so you need kind of good amount of handling for that. So I'll put that tune share code down below. You did that speed zone with no issue whatsoever. And again, barely any kind of run up, and we beat our personal best. So we're gonna go ahead and try this speed trap. Don't believe that we'll have any issue with it either. We get more of a run up than we actually needed, just because I want to see how fast we can actually hit. I think we needed 180. Okay, we just absolutely murdered whatever that car was. I honestly didn't even see it. We got 223, so new personal best there for us. Murdered that guy as well. So, is that this car that we hit way back here? Did it just like fly up here, or was this something else? I don't know. All right, oh, there's the car we hit. He came out of nowhere. So, there we go. That is the seasonal PR stunts complete in a matter of, I mean, realistically, it took us a minute probably to do all 3 of them if we didn't have to worry about jumping around and stuff. But now we're going to take on the weekly Forzathon challenge, and that's going to take us some time. So let's take a look at that again. Well, completing that, we got 50% on the Series 39, which gets us another Backstage Pass. But let's see, so we need to drive a Porsche. Any Porsche will do. So our first event is 3 road races. So we'll go jump into a Porsche, get that, challenge started and on its way. All right, so we got Timeless Design. We jumped into our Porsche 718 or 718 Cayman GTS. And so we got that first step of the challenge done. Now, step number 2 is going to be to win any 3 road racing series events. So I'm going to work on that, and we'll continue on with the challenge. All right, so here we go with our first event. We're just doing circuit races. This is what I'm going to do for all of the races that we need, both the road and the dirt. I'm just going to do circuit races, do 1 lap, and, make that to where I don't have to do, a long race. I'm curious if I could even use the same race. I might try that, try to see if I can just restart this race and see if it lets me, get away with, technically winning this again. But I'll jump to the finish line and test that theory out, and then I will be right back to let you know the result. Right, so there's 1 finish done. So what I'm going to hit here, I'm just going to hit restart, and it says, "You sure you want to restart any unsaved?" We'll go ahead and try it. I mean, the worst that can happen is we just have 1 finish and we have to do 2 more races. So I'm going to go ahead and jump to the end of this race, and then we'll back out, see if that counts towards that challenge as 2 different races, or 2 races, 2 race wins. Or if it just needs to, I mean, I could probably back out of this race completely, and it would, I would imagine that it would work. But like I said, I'll jump towards the end of the race, or to the end of the race, and we'll see if that works out as we expect it should. So, all right, that race is done. I'm gonna back out and see if it counted as 2. All right, so that did not count as 2. I'm actually going to try it from here, completely backing out of the race and then starting it over and see if that works out the way it should, I guess. So jumping in right back to 1 lap. I'll see you again at the end of the race. All right, so there's another first place finish on that circuit. Let's back out and see if that counts as 2 races if we're fully backed out of the race and then go back into it. Okay, so that does count. So you can do the same race 3 times, you just can't hit restart. So I'm gonna do this one more time, and then we'll, work on driving 26.2 miles. All right, there's the final road race win. And so now we just have to drive 26.2 miles, and then we can move on to the 3 dirt races. So get away from that. That should get the pop-up. That's, a history of motorsport is complete. So like I said, now we have to drive 26.2 miles in a Porsche. You can do the Goliath Race. It is a almost 25-mile race. And so what you can benefit from this, rather than just driving around, is that you'll get a pretty good payout for completing the race. With my current settings, I think I have a 55% difficulty bonus. I get 93,000 credits after completing the race, so it's actually really good. I'm gonna use probably this GT3. And we'll go for the GT2. Why not? Just so we can do it a little faster than my, Cayman. So the Goliath, like I said, pretty, fun. So again, my difficulty settings, I get a 55% bonus. I'm actually going to bump this up. I'm going to put them on, I guess we're going to go for unbeatable. See how that works. I don't know that I'm going to put anything else on. Let's go ahead and just turn rewind off. That might be a mistake. Yeah, we'll try it. for a 90% bonus. That's almost doubling what we get anyway, or almost doubling the bonus that we get. So we're gonna try this out. Probably won't show the entire race. If I can get up in the first place, then you know, I'll probably skip towards the end of the race. I'm very curious to see how these drivatars are going to act. Sometimes drivatars on unbeatable in these S2 car or high S2 cars are just ridiculous. I still hate the fact that this game you can upgrade the Ford Focus RS up to S2, and I hate that drivatars use that so consistently in the races. Ooh, I forgot that turns more there. Alright, and we're in first. Let's see how much of a lead we can get on the drivatars until we get up to Mortimer Gardens. They're not... I mean, they're still there. Just trying to make sure we don't do anything dumb, because again, we don't have rewind on anymore. I play with it just because it's nice to not have to worry about redoing an entire race. And I'm gonna be pretty sour if we get to the end of this race and have a situation where it would have benefited us to prevent us from having to do the entire race again. I guess realistically we don't have to, because we're not like doing this race to win. We're just doing this race to drive the 26 miles or get a portion of that 26 miles. So I guess it really doesn't matter where we end or finish. We're hauling some butt. Those drivatars are keeping up though, as they should be. They are unbeatable, or set to unbeatable is what I should say. Doesn't mean they actually are. Sometimes it feels like they are. Okay, they definitely just crashed, like hardcore, both of them. I should pay more attention to the front, rather than seeing what was going on back there. I was gonna see if the rest of the pack crashed or not. But we are comfortably up in first. I may just skip around a bit in the race if anything interesting happens. If not, we may just go ahead and jump towards the end. Whew, almost didn't make that bridge. May go ahead and just jump towards the end of the race, unless, again, if anything interesting happens, then we will, you know, catch you guys up and come back and see what's going on. But we'll go ahead and I'll see you closer to the end of the race. Well, we're not going to get first. That was unfortunate. I really wish I would have kept rewind on now, because I made one slip up at the beginning of the race, or not the beginning, shortly after we parted ways, if you want to call it that. And that allowed, I ended up just missing a checkpoint completely. Just because I was going way too fast, having way too much confidence, and that allowed the Zonda to get past us, and I've just been trying to catch him. I don't know if they're rubber banding or what, but he just keeps, like, anytime I'd get anywhere close to him, he would just be gone. And it's like, obviously it seems like I'm faster than him, because I'm like zooming, and I'm getting close to him even after that mishap there. But I just could not keep up with him through some of that, you know, long straightaways and the high-speed sectors and stuff. So we're going to come in second here, which is unfortunate, but we should still get a pretty good payout. I'd be very curious to see. I'm imagining that we're still going to get more than 93,000 credits that we would have if we would have just kept our normal... what's it called? It says podium finish. We'll take that. So we got 105. I really want to know what we would have gotten in first, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not doing the race again. We got a wheel spin here. Let's skip through that. Good old Jaguar we already have, so we'll sell it for 28.5 5,000 credits. And that should get us pretty close to the 26.2 miles that we need. Let's see what we got. So we were at 25.2. So yeah, that was almost 25 miles of that race. So we're just gonna cruise around for a second here. I guess realistically we could have went ahead and started a dirt race, because I think that we would have gotten it through that and it would have went ahead and counted that, you know, mileage and then the win. But there we go. Going the distance is completed. Let's go ahead and slide our GT2 into that wall. Let's take a look at some dirt races. I'm going to do the same thing. Just find a really short dirt circuit race, and then we'll, you know, just do it 3 times just for the sense of getting it done. I think I might do Mortimer Garden. It's actually one of my favorite ones. So I'm gonna jump in here, set this up, and then we will jump into a off-road build of a Porsche. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do here. Obviously the objective is we just need to finish first 3 times. So we're gonna see if we can't make that happen. Obviously I have it set to 1 lap, so you gotta try to get up there, you know, as fast as we can. Okay, that's gonna slow us down. We're gonna rewind. Make sure we get around that without any issue. So this track seems to be more asphalt than it is dirt, which is typical of all of the, or most of the dirt racing series tracks. Maybe I'm not, maybe it's not. Let's see. We're up into 4th. I don't know if we'll be able to get up. I don't know if we'll be able to get up in the 1st. We're up in the 2nd. Let's see if we can't get past Poseidon here. I think he's in the Macan. Going to do some corner cutting. Okay, we're gonna squeeze out into 1st right at the end there. So I need to do that 3 more times, or 2 more times rather. So I'm gonna, you know, do what we did with the road racing series and, you know, back all the way out of the race and do the race again 2 more times. I'm gonna do that off screen just because the video seems like it's already gonna be long enough. I've been recording for 46 minutes already, which is ridiculous for one video. But that's just what happens when they do these, you know, the weekly Forzathon challenge where you have to drive literally the length of a marathon. So, like I said, I'm gonna jump into these, finish these 2 races, and we'll see you after we finish the race the 2nd time, the last time. All right, we ended up swapping out to the Macan. That 959 was just not doing it. I don't know why. It just could not get up to speed. It was fine once it did, but it was just too slow to get up to speed. So instead of having races go down to the wire, we were already up in the 1st in the Macan, so much easier. Definitely this is the route I would go for the dirt races if you've got it. But we're going to continue with it. We still have to win 2 events, so this one and 1 more afterwards. But I will see you after we finish those. Alright, there we go, finally. This challenge is taking way too much time for only 200 Forzathon points. So, but there we go, finally got it. Oh, and that should get the Stuttgart's Heraldry, I think that's how you pronounce it, completed. So that ends out the weekly Forzathon challenges. That also gets us 80%. Well, we probably got well over 80. And that gets us the number 23 Porsche 917 as well. So that clears out everything. We just have the, you know, the daily challenges, which we're never that worried about. But we'll go ahead and end the video there. I hope you guys did enjoy or found the video helpful. This one was definitely a bear to record. I had plenty of issues. My suggestion for those dirt races is to use the Macan if you've got it. I would not use that 959 Pro Drive Rally, at least with that tune that I had on it, which is supposed to be a pretty decent tune. I mean, it's from a level 20 tuner, so I figured it would have worked out well, but the Macan just made it so much easier. Again, the 959, it was fine once it got up to speed. It didn't have enough acceleration to compete, and the Macan very much so did. So, but like I said, I hope you guys did enjoy or found the video helpful. Definitely leave a like on it if you did. Definitely get subscribed for future Forza Horizon 4 content. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video where we'll be jumping into Horizon Super 7 and Horizon Super 7 High Stakes for the autumn season. So, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.